The studio lights blazed overhead as the audience settled into their seats. Excitement filled the air. It was supposed to be another ordinary daytime television interview, the kind that people watched while drinking coffee or taking a break from work. But before the cameras even started rolling, something felt different. Denzel Washington walked through the backstage corridor with his usual calm confidence. Crew members greeted him with smiles. Producers hurried around, checking schedules and adjusting microphones. Everything appeared normal, yet a strange tension lingered in the atmosphere. No one could explain why. As he waited near the stage entrance, Denzel noticed several staff members whispering among themselves. Their voices dropped whenever he looked in their direction. He frowned. "What's going on?" he asked one producer. The producer forced a smile. "Nothing at all. Just a busy morning." The answer sounded rehearsed. Moments later, the show began. Applause erupted as the hosts welcomed viewers from across the country. The conversation started pleasantly. They discussed Denzel's latest projects, his career, and his thoughts on success. The audience laughed and clapped. Everything seemed perfect. Then one question changed the mood. Joy leaned forward in her chair. "Denzel, some people believe celebrities have a responsibility to speak out on every major issue. Do you agree?" The actor paused. It wasn't an unusual question, but something about the tone caught his attention. "I think everyone should speak when they have something meaningful to say," he replied calmly. "But I don't think people should be pressured into speaking just because others expect it." A few audience members nodded. Joy raised an eyebrow. "So silence can be acceptable?" Denzel smiled politely. "I didn't say silence. I said thoughtful communication," the audience murmured. The discussion continued, but the atmosphere had changed. The hosts exchanged glances. Questions became sharper. Responses became more careful. Viewers at home would later say they could almost feel the tension through their television screens. Then something unexpected happened. A stage assistant rushed toward the producer's table carrying a sheet of paper. The producer's expression instantly changed. His face turned pale. He whispered urgently to another staff member. Nobody on camera noticed, except Denzel. He watched the exchange carefully. Something was wrong. Very wrong. The interview continued. Joy asked another challenging question. Denzel answered confidently. But part of his attention remained fixed on the activity happening behind the cameras. The producer looked nervous. Crew members kept checking their phones. A security guard suddenly appeared near the stage entrance. The audience had no idea what was happening. Neither did the hosts. Finally, during a brief commercial break, Denzel stood from his chair. "What's going on backstage?" he asked. The producer hesitated. "Nothing you need to worry about." "That's not true." The producer looked around. Then he lowered his voice. "There's a rumor spreading online." "A rumor?" He nodded. "It's gaining attention very quickly." Denzel sighed. In the entertainment industry, rumors appeared every day. Usually they disappeared just as fast, but judging by everyone's reaction, this one was different. "What kind of rumor?" The producer swallowed hard. "It claims someone on this show planned to ambush you with accusations during the interview." Denzel stared at him. For several seconds, neither man spoke. Then the producer added another detail. "The story is completely unverified." The commercial break ended. Everyone returned to their seats. Yet now an invisible storm hung over the stage. The hosts had apparently learned about the rumor too. Their expressions revealed concern. The audience sensed it immediately. When the cameras resumed broadcasting, the conversation felt noticeably different. Nobody wanted to address the issue directly, but nobody could ignore it either. Finally, Joy spoke. "Sometimes rumors can create misunderstandings." The room grew quiet. Denzel nodded. "Yes, they can." The audience listened carefully. Every word suddenly seemed important. Joy continued. "And misunderstandings can become bigger when people assume the worst." "That's true," Denzel replied. Neither person sounded angry. Yet the tension was unmistakable. Then a voice interrupted from offstage. "Wait!" Everyone turned. A young staff member rushed onto the set. The cameras kept rolling. The producer looked horrified. The audience gasped. The staff member carried a tablet. "I'm sorry," she said breathlessly, "but everyone needs to see this." The producer stood up. "No, not now." But it was too late. The staff member handed the tablet to him. He looked at the screen. His eyes widened. "What is it?" one host asked. The producer hesitated. Then he made a decision. He walked toward Denzel. "Someone just admitted the rumor was fabricated." The audience erupted into whispers. "A fabricated rumor?" The producer nodded. "A fake account started the entire story." Relief spread across the room. But Denzel remained serious, because something still didn't make sense. "Who created it?" he asked. Nobody knew. The account had already disappeared. That mystery only deepened the suspense. For the next several minutes, the discussion shifted away from celebrity news and focused on misinformation. The audience became fully engaged. People shared personal experiences about false stories spreading online. The conversation felt more genuine than anything planned for the show. Yet one question remained unanswered. Who was responsible? The interview eventually ended. Applause filled the studio. The cameras shut off. Most people assumed the drama was over. It wasn't. Later that evening, the producer received a message from an anonymous source. The message contained evidence, screenshots, timestamps, private conversations, enough information to reveal the truth. The rumor had not been created by a journalist. It had not been started by a fan. Instead, it originated from a small group seeking attention online. They believed controversy would generate millions of views. And for a few hours it worked. The story spread everywhere, until facts caught up with fiction. The next morning, the truth became public. News outlets corrected their reports. Social media users deleted posts. The mysterious account vanished completely. For most people, the story ended there. But Denzel learned something valuable from the experience. A single false claim could travel across the world in minutes. The truth often moves slower. During a later interview, he reflected on the incident. "People should ask questions before believing everything they read," he said. His words resonated with millions, not because of celebrity drama, but because everyone had experienced rumors, misunderstandings, and assumptions at some point in life. As for the television appearance, viewers remembered it for years. Some remembered the tension. Others remembered the mystery. Many remembered the shocking moment when a staff member rushed onto the stage with unexpected information. Yet the biggest lesson came from what happened afterward. The situation that looked like an explosive confrontation turned out to be something entirely different. A misunderstanding fueled by speculation. A reminder that appearances can be deceiving. And sometimes the most dramatic stories are not about anger or arguments at all. Sometimes they are about discovering the truth before it is too late. The studio lights eventually faded. The audience went home. The headlines disappeared. But the mystery of that unforgettable broadcast remained a fascinating reminder of how quickly fiction can masquerade as reality and how important it is to separate the two.